Hey everyone, so wanted to share another project that I'm working on. Yeah, I know some of you just rolled your eyes. You're going to be like, stick to one project. I'm trying. I will definitely get the Halloween project out. That one will indeed be out in time for Halloween. It's only the beginning of September, so plenty of time to finish it up. I'll do a separate video about a few developments concerning that one. Anyway, so this is very different for me because up to this point, everything I've done has either been a game or a game project. So either it's the game as a whole or it's a game project that you can use in your projects. This is going to be a 3D modeler. Now, the idea isn't exactly original. There have been other developers who have used Unity to make 3D modelers. One of them I've reviewed on this channel. I was going to call it Kit Bash, but it's not. That's what the technique is called. Asset Forge. So Asset Forge uses Unity as basically its foundation. It's built on Unity, and I'm not sure what Magica Voxel was based on, but if I was to compare this to something, I'd compare this more to Magica Voxel than Asset Forge because again, Asset Forge is more kit bashing where you kind of have it's a reference to the best of my knowledge, plastic models, and that you take pieces from different models to make a new model. So it's the same kind of idea. You're taking all these different pieces and you're making something new out of it. Well, this is more of the Magica Voxel approach where you're just using blocks. But I believe Magica Voxel only let you use blocks. I'm going to let you use other shapes as well. So it kind of stretches what a voxel is. I think a voxel purist, if there's even such a thing, you can only use blocks. Okay, so let's actually go through this. So if we run this, you can see that it does have the basics of a 3D modeler. So you've got the workspace, you can rotate left and right, you can tilt up and down. The only thing I haven't added yet is a vertical or horizontal pan. That would be easy enough to add, as well as like a free rotate, like if you hold the mouse and rotate around. I don't think I'm going to do that. It would require me to put in some controls because when you go like 180 above or below, it kind of freaks out. So I might just not have that in place, but we'll see. But again, tools are iterative in nature. So you've got the left and right rotate, and you got the up and down tilt, and you have the zoom in and out with the mouse. Okay. So you have the shapes up here, and I can really add as many shapes as I want. So far, it's block, pyramid, wedge, and an edge, like a point. I guess both of them are kind of wedges. You have the tool set, so you have place, delete, and paint. And then you have the various colors available to you. This I plan on expanding. Actually, all of these I plan on expanding, but definitely want more colors. The only ones that are actually programmed are green and pink right now. I haven't done the other ones yet. So what you do is you can choose a tool. We'll choose a color. We choose a block. And there you go. You're modeling. Again, voxel based. You can build up. You can click on the delete, and now you delete down. Can you build out in all the directions just like Magical Voxer? You sure can. So if I click there, click there, click there, you can build out in every direction. So let's choose another shape. And let's choose another color. There you go. Now what I did with that one is the block doesn't need to rotate because it's symmetrical. But with this, it's not symmetrical in every direction. So if you put this on top of a block, it does that. But if you put it on one of the sides, I chose the direction I think that made the most sense. Like you could have, if you really want to, you could have it pointing over there, but then it's not connected. So why would you do that? You could have the point pointing in. Again, why would you do that? So I chose that. I think that was the most reasonable way. Again, this is iterative. If there's a need to have different ways for it to rotate, that's something I certainly could look at. Getting the rotation in the first place was the hard part. Now that it's there, I can certainly add more. So we've got a wedge. And again, when you're placing it, you don't have the ability to rotate it. You really don't notice it with the block. or the pyramid, because they're symmetrical. But with this, it's not symmetrical, so there's no way to rotate it. So again, I could always add that functionality. But again, if you're putting it on the side of a block, there is a smart rotation, because to me, that is the way that you would most likely want it to be rotated. And we'll put a pyramid on top just for kicks and giggles. And the last one is the wedge. So again, you can only put this one way, can't rotate, at least not yet. Again, I might just add rotation effect, or I might just create a second version of it. And this too rotates in a fixed way to what seemed to be the most reasonable. Okay, so we saw add, we saw delete. Now, since this isn't a game, it's not like there's gravity. So if you want to do something like that for some reason, you could. Oh, by the way, right now this is a 9 by 9, and there's really nothing magical about that. I could make it as big as I want. In fact, right now there's no control on the side. So if I was to do this, whoops, sorry, I'm still doing delete. There's no control, so I can just keep coming out here further and further. So you can already go beyond the 9 by 9. The 9 by 9 is just the base. So I might take the approach that Asset Forge did, and that is you don't have to define the size, that it's just open and you can just keep building. But I think Magic of Voxel, you actually define it and you can only build within it. I don't think that there's any particular problem doing it either way because of how it saves. The way it saves, there'd be no wasted space. So let's see how it saves, because let's see, we looked at the individual shapes, we looked at their rotations, we looked at add. Did we look at paint? I don't think we looked at paint. So let's just grab green. As you can see, they do indeed paint. How beautiful. Okay, so we looked at the four shapes, we looked at the rotations for placement, we looked at deletion, we looked at painting, we looked at a couple of different colors. So now if I press P, it saves. So this was something I had to learn how to do specifically for this project. See this? That's what I just saved. So if you open it up, there you go. Because a 3D model, it wouldn't be very good if you couldn't save your project. So it saves, but it doesn't load yet. So I would say that probably the way I'm going to do a load is I'm going to create the save kind of like a save file. And what we do is when you first start, say I turn this into a full application, when you start, you'd have like some kind of load menu, and basically it would just load this in, it would instantiate it, because like just like in a game, you have a GM object that has a script with a variable linking to that, and then you just say instantiate. So nothing really fancy there. So you can save, you can load. Again, I haven't added the load functionality, but that's how I'll probably do it. Now, as far as right now, since this is a prefab format, I think you could still extract out. I think you can still extract out the FBX if, say, you wanted to use this in another application, because even though I'm showing it in Unity, if you can extract it as the actual if you can extract it as the actual FBX, then that would make it even more useful. And as you can see, I made these shapes in ProBuilder. I will probably in the final version not use that dependency, because if I have this as a project that you guys can use, I don't think I'm allowed to redistribute ProBuilder, even though ProBuilder is free. It's kind of weird. I think I'd have to remove ProBuilder, and then you guys would have to install ProBuilder for it to work. So I might just jettison ProBuilder and make the shapes in some other 3D modeler. It's just primitives anyways. It's not like I'd have to be very good at it. The key is that it has to be 1 by 1 by 1, that the size is exactly one Unity unit cubed. I think that's about all that I wanted to cover in this. So we have shapes, we have tools. You can paint a shape a different color. We have a range of colors. You have basic navigation. So yeah, that's it. So let me know if there's something that you'd like to see added to this. Again, I'm kind of thinking like more Magic of Voxel rather than Asset Forge, and certainly I want it to be different and distinct than Magic of Voxel. I'm not trying to rip off someone else's work. I want to basically fill a gap. Again, I've talked before about how I have no artistic talent, so I'd kind of like to do something that helps other people in my predicament, that they would could at least have a 3D modeler that would help them with, placeholder graphics and that kind of thing. Okay, so that should about do it. So in the comments, let me know if there is a feature you'd like to see added to this. Let me know if you would like to see this as a standalone application, or if you'd like to see it be distributed as a Unity project. That way, the more industrious of you out there could then continue to develop it on your own. So let me know what's your preference. I'll, make a decision based on what the comments say. And I think that should about do it. So I hope you found this useful, and please do enjoy the rest of your day.